Have you ever wished you had a superpower? Well, guess what? Your dog already has one, and it's built right into their nose. So today, we're going to dive into the absolutely incredible world of a dog's sense of smell and find out just how powerful that super sniffer really is.
And to really get to the bottom of this, we're looking at some amazing work from the experts over at Doggozilla magazine. I mean, they've done such a great job breaking down the science and just the pure wonder behind your dog's number one sense. So let's jump in and see what they figured out.
I mean, come on, you've definitely wondered about this, right? How in the world did your dog find that one treat you hid in a completely different room? Is it magic? Well, no, it's not magic, but it might as well be. It's a superpower, and it all kicks off with some truly mind-blowing biology.
Okay, so every good superpower needs an origin story, right? And for our dogs, that story begins with the incredible anatomy of their nose. Trust me, it's way more complex than just a cute, wet snout.
All right, let's get right to the source code of this power. You ready for this number? 300 million. That is how many olfactory or scent receptors a dog can have packed into its nose. Just try to wrap your head around that number for a second. It's huge, and it is the absolute key to how they see the world.
Okay, now here's where it gets really wild. Look at this comparison. We humans, we have around 6 million of those receptors. And, that sounds like a decent amount, right? But then you see their 300 million. It's just no contest. And this is the kicker, the part of their brain dedicated to processing all that information, it's 40 times larger than ours. That's not even a fair fight. It's like comparing a supercomputer to an old-school pocket calculator.
And, as if all that wasn't enough, they have a secret weapon. Seriously. It's called the vomeronasal organ. You can think of it like a second nose. And its whole job is to detect things like pheromones and other chemical signals that are totally invisible to us. It's how they get all this extra social data about other animals. It's just incredible stuff.
So you have all this amazing hardware, but how do they actually use it? Well, here's the crucial part. A dog's nose is designed to do two things at once. It separates breathing from smelling. So while we have to stop smelling when we breathe out, they don't. They can just continuously pull in scent particles for analysis nonstop. It's like this ultra-high efficiency odor processing machine that literally never powers down.
But, even Superman has his kryptonite. Even a superpower is affected by the world around it. So how does this amazing ability actually hold up against the forces of nature? Well, let's find out. Let's step into what we're going to call the scent gauntlet.
So, there are basically 4 big forces that decide how far a scent can travel on any given day. You've got the wind, that's kind of like the courier carrying the scent along. Then there's the weather, which can act like an amplifier. The terrain is the obstacle course the scent has to get through. And of course, the scent source itself, that's all about the signal strength.
And here's a perfect example of how that works. You know those humid, damp days? Well, that moisture in the air actually grabs onto scent molecules and helps them hang around longer. It basically acts like a natural booster for your dog's sniffer. So yeah, on a humid day, they can pick up trails from much farther away. Pretty cool, right?
Now, while pretty much all dogs have this incredible power, some breeds, well, they're different. They've been specialized over centuries to become true masters. We're talking about the olfactory Olympians. These dogs are in a league of their very own.
And first up, let's talk about the tracker, the bloodhound. This dog is the undisputed heavyweight champion of this scent world. I mean, even their long, droopy ears are part of the superpower. They literally help sweep scent particles up from the ground right towards their nose. And get this, they can follow a trail that is over 130 hours old. That's more than 5 days for miles and miles. It's the stuff of legend.
Next, we have the detectives. We're talking about your working breeds like German Shepherds, Labs, and Spaniels. These guys are masters of what's called air scenting. They can pluck one specific smell out of a whole cloud of different odors. This is exactly what makes them so perfect for things like search and rescue, where precision is everything. But hey, what about our short-nosed buddies like pugs and bulldogs? Okay, so their anatomy means they aren't exactly built for tracking marathons. But don't you forget, their sense of smell is still light years ahead of ours. They experience an incredibly rich, detailed world of smells, just in a more up-close and personal kind of way. So now that you know all this, what do you do with it? How can you actually engage with your dog's superpower? Well, it's time for you to step up. You're the sidekick in this story, and you can help them use these amazing abilities. Let's talk about how.
Okay, here's a super easy one, the Find It game. It is one of the best ways to give them some mental exercise because it taps right into their natural instincts. Just let them see you hide a treat, Give the command, find it, and praise them like crazy when they get it. As they get better, you can start hiding it in other rooms. And believe me, a few rounds of this can be more tiring than a long walk, and it's so rewarding for them.
You know, there's this quote from the Dogzilla article that I just love. It says, to transform your daily walk from a march into a sniffari. Think about that. Instead of just dragging them from point A to point B, let them lead with their nose for a while. This sniffari lets them, read the local news, see who's been around. It makes their walk so much richer, and honestly, it makes for a much happier and calmer dog.
Okay, but a tool this powerful, this sensitive, it needs to be taken care of. As the sidekick, it's our job to protect the asset, right? We've got to keep that super sniffer in peak condition. So you really have to remember how sensitive their noses are. I'm talking about things we barely even notice, like strong cleaning chemicals, plug-in air fresheners, perfumes. Even a lot of essential oils can be totally overwhelming for them, maybe even harmful. So it's really important to be mindful of all the scented stuff we have around the house.
So what does a healthy nose look like? Well, it's often cool and a little moist. But hey, don't panic if it's dry after they wake up from a nap. That's totally normal. What you do need to watch out for are the things that stick around. Cracking that just won't heal, any kind of colored discharge, that's a big one, or any sores. If you see any of that, yeah, that's your cue to call the vet.
And hey, if this stuff fascinates you as much as it does me, you have got to go check out Doggozilla.com. Seriously, they've got tons of great articles, cool dog videos, and even an awesome dog podcast. It's just a treasure trove of information.
So let's wrap it up with this one thought. Your dog's greatest, most powerful sense is their sense of smell. It's how they read the world. It's their language. So now that you know a little more about it, the question is, are you speaking their language?